And we'll just have this guy here, the Beast, do the honor on this Geo knife, right? What is Geo up to these days? We're about to find out here together, shall we? Right? They're pretty well known for doing a lot of very high quality knives, bringing premium knives to a reasonable, affordable price. So we have M390 steel, titanium, right? Color is flame, and this is a Geo 2506B, but whatever that means, we're about to find out what that is. Oh, okay. I'm excited to check that out. Wiping cloth, paperwork. But yeah, this is a model that I have been eyeing a little bit here on IG, and I'm glad they sent it in for a review. So it is actually sealed in there. All right, let's just go ahead and open up the plastic here. Oh man, check it out, ladies and gentlemen. This model we're looking at is the Noxiz, Noxiz, very interesting name. And so it's going to be all titanium throughout. What's interesting here is we have a milling pattern. They're very well known for having this sort of like golf ball looking milling on their knives, which I personally absolutely love. And if that wasn't enough, let's throw a flame tie, right, pattern on it right there to finish it off strong. It's going to be a little bit of a darker titanium. Deep pocket carry clip. They put the Geo logo there, kind of smaller font, and it's got a little tab right here, right, protecting the connection there between the pocket clip and the titanium, which we're about to take off right away because this is going in the pocket here very soon. Now, not reversible pocket clip. That would be the only thing I would nitpick right off the bat. Obviously, we're going to check out a few things with it, but being a crossbar lock knife and all, right, a reversible pocket clip would have been nice. But other than that, let's go ahead and check it out. We got thumb stud deployment here, and of course, a big old fuller as well. So let's go thumb studs first. Bam. All right, that actually felt solid. We're breaking it in here. I forget that these are on washers, so it definitely takes a little bit more of a flick of the wrist to open and close using the crossbar lock. So, you know, there's like a breaking in period, very similar to when you get a new Spyderco knife in a way. So no ball bearings, washers here instead. Looking at the blade, man, this is one really good looking blade. I'm going to go sheep's foot, right, somewhere in the harpoon sheep's foot looking geometry there. That footer absolutely looks nice and mean. I wonder if this one is a collaboration here. We have a specific logo there. Fabian Hoblin is the designer on this one, who I'm not familiar with, but this being one of his designs, again, also looks pretty good. I'm checking out some new designers in this video, right? It's a first for this designer, also a first for Fabian here. Absolutely looking really good right off the bat. We got a flat grind, we have that harpoon there, we got a little bit of jimping on the blade, and of course the ergos are going to be pretty sweet on this bad boy, right? Full 4-finger grip. Right, I can also forward choke a tad bit if I wanted to, but I wouldn't call that a dedicated finger choil. Just something that you do being very conscious, all right, of what you're doing. The thumb behind the harpoon, that actually feels really, really nice. Love to see it right there. And yeah, very rock solid, robust, strong crossbar lock engagement. Now, it being a washer and not a ball bearing, it takes a crazy amount of flick of the wrist, at least at first, to deploy off of the crossbar lock itself, as you can see, but that's going to break in over time, right? At least while I break it in, I'm going to use the thumb stud deployment, which feels good. That reverse flick off of the meat of the middle finger. Come on now, work with me. Okay, feels a little bit challenging to do the meat of the middle finger there. Let's do the nail. There we go. All right, that was a little bit harder to push, but able to get it done. Try to deploy off of the fuller. Come on now. Okay. Tell you what, I mean, this crossbar definitely has quite the resistance. So I'm trying to deploy off the fuller, and that's a long fuller here, so technically should be able to get it done. But right off the bat here, I'm not necessarily able to pull it off, not just yet. I don't know why, right? An example of a knife that has a fuller for deployment, no thumb studs, no flippers, nothing else. This is the Tuya Calico here, so it's a fuller deployment only, and I featured this one recently here on the channel. So yeah, look at that. That's how a fuller should work. So that's when a fuller is obviously functional. I'm not sure if that fuller here is just for looks, but it should be this easy to spidey flick off of the fuller and deploy it that way. But I don't know if it's just a breaking in period or what it is. Also the fact that, I don't know, right, the fuller is kind of ramped up and it doesn't give me a lot of grip there to reverse flick. But thumb stud deployment is good. And as it breaks in more and more with those washers, right, it's going to feel even better and better in the action department. But the stone wash finish on the blade looks good. The geometry overall, right, it's got me really impressed here. And of course, the finish and the milling on the handle also looks really good. Excellent ergos. And, you know, just a few things to nitpick there as far as the fuller deployment, non-reversible pocket clip and things like that. But other than that, if you definitely like this design, if you like this kind of geometry, right, like the action, if you prefer washers over ball bearings, which a lot of people do, surprisingly, right? These are more maintenance-free, less pocket lint and gunk getting in there, like if you had ball bearings. So there are pros and cons to washers, just like there are pros and cons to ball bearings, right? You get typically a slighter better action with ball bearings at the cost of getting more stuff stuck in the bearings eventually that you have to clean out. And you get a slightly less smooth action with washers, at least until they break in, and which, you know, they all typically break in nicely over time. And the pro with washers will be the trade-off is that you have less of a maintenance to do in the pivot because less gunk and pocket lint is going to get in there since there are no bearings present. So that's my scientific explanation, if you know what I mean.